Hello there, Jim Dowson, your guest presenter with the COVID emergency Templar broadcast. I hope you're all very well today. As you notice, I am rather improperly dressed. I don't have a tie on, but please forgive me. I am sweating like a dog. How are we doing, Zimmerman? We're still doing the thing. I am sweating. I can't stand it. It's far too hot for a Scotch Irishman. It's too hot. I can't stand it. So if you would forgive my rather shabby appearance, it is for emergency circumstances. Plus my shirts seem to have shrunk. Can't seem to get them buttoned up these days. I think the wife must have washed them and shrunk them. Just can't get them. But if I button them, my head feels like it's going to pop off. So I don't know. Some people say, I don't know. I'm getting old. I'm getting that big mad gullet. What do you call that thing? We call it in Scotland a thrapple. My thrapple's expanding. Gizzard, maybe people know it as a gizzard. Gizzard? Rooster neck. I'm getting a rooster neck, but we call it a thrapple in Scotland. So my thrapple is massively expanding, and that's where it is. So that's us. Who have we got in the room today? Bartley Burker, hello, how you doing? Craig Washbourne, how you doing? Colton Street, nice to see you, my friend. John Andrews, lovely to see you. Now, what's he saying there? Stab vest, Templar stab vest. Yeah, that's a good idea, maybe. Kevin O'Mahony, how you doing? Andy, nice to see you, Andy. Donald Pollock, how you doing? Jowl, Jowl, yeah, Jowls, that's right, Jowls, another good one. John Andrews, yep. James Partridge, hello, how are you? Kenneth Driver, yes, the relaxed look, the gentleman's relaxed look. Nick, how you doing? Yep, that's good. Yeah, we're here. Yes, that's right. Do you know, Nick, I was talking to one of my old friends from the old days in Scotland today, and they have no idea what's coming. And I said to him, look, you need to readjust your brain, because what's coming is going to be worse than you could ever imagine. I'm going to talk about it a wee bit today, because there's some news in on that. T.T. Foley, buying something in a minute. You're talking to a Scotsman, that fills me with great joy. If you're buying something, none of the money comes to me, but I still like to see product and serious weaponry going out to the brethren, and it helps the order, because this is how we get the money in to help all the projects we do, and we're doing an awful lot of projects. Oh, and some people, there's one or two people still haven't got their volunteer pack. Don't worry about it. We ran out of vests. We had to get vests redone. So I think everybody's actually been sent now. There might be one person still waiting, but don't worry about it. So well done, T.T. Foley. Yep, William Poteet, thank you, very good. Right, I want to start off. Alex Jockster, yes, Deus Vult, du de Patria. Yes, very good indeed. You're good in that old Latin. You must be a Catholic. It's only Catholics that are good in the Latin. I know a wee bit, but not too much. I want to read a wee bit again from guess where? Romans, Romans. I like the Romans. Oh dear, that's a great thing. So let us read from chapter 5. I'm just going through it, actually bits. I'm missing a few wee bits out, but I'm going through it. Chapter 5, verse 9. Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from the wrath through him. For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his Son, much more, being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. And not only so, but we also joy in God through our Lord Jesus Christ, by whom we have now received the atonement. So look, you don't need to be a theologian. Let me tell you this. If you ever want to understand the faith, people are out there who are not sure about being a Christian is and whatnot. The Romans, go to the New Testament, go to Romans and just read Romans. It's there. It's laid out for you. Justified by faith through Jesus Christ, through his sacrifice, through his blood atonement to us. It's there. It's simple. You don't have to worry about ministers, priests, massive tombs of doctrine. It's there in Romans. Dead simple. And it's wonderful. And of course, may God bless the reading this of his infallible, inerrant and inspired word publicly, because he likes us to read the word publicly. So there you go. I hope that enlightens you a wee bit. Wait till I remove this. Look, I've still run about with one of these. Vicious looking thing, isn't it? I love this. I'm actually going to buy one of these myself and keep it in my car. I don't know how to explain that to the police, but we'll worry about that. I'd much rather explain to the police after I've took somebody out who's trying to take me out than be taken out and somebody explain to my wife that's why I'm dead. So, yeah, that's a good... I need to put this down, because the last time I done this, it fell on my foot and it fell that way, on top of my foot. Very dangerous. So I'm going to put that down there. Nasty thing. Well, today, folks, I've got to tell you there's been a terrorist attack, which is not a terrorist attack, in Glasgow. Some asylum seeker, the same as last week in Reading. It happened in England last week. An asylum seeker went berserk, stabbed 3 people to death in Reading. Today, an asylum seeker who's went crazy and stabbed 3 people to death in Glasgow. He's dead. The police have took him out. But there's also a policeman very seriously injured, could die, and there's 15 people wounded quite severely. So that's a terrorist attack in Glasgow. Very nasty. And if you want to see something really funny, look at the terrorist attack in 2005 or something in Glasgow. 2000, when was it? I don't know when it was. It was not that long ago. Maybe 2015, when the terrorists tried to drive a bomb, a burning 4x4 through Glasgow Airport, and the crowd dragged them out. 2007 and attacked them. And the 2 of them died on the spot. They said it was because they were on fire, but I think they were half beaten to death by the crowd. Glasgow's not a place you want to start attacking with knives. It's the knife capital of the white world. I mean, Glasgow's knife crime is through the roof, and we're no frightened of knives in Glasgow. Yeah, one guy broke his foot because he kicked a guy in the crutch so hard he broke his foot, and then he couldn't work, and the welfare wouldn't give him any money because he said it was self-inflicted. Unbelievable. But no, as usual they're saying, no, it's not a terrorist attack, the guy's mentally ill. Well, of course, if you're a mad person stabbing folk to death, of course you're mentally ill. But it doesn't mean you say you're not a terrorist. But this is what we're getting now all the time in Britain and America. Any time the Muslims, the jihadis attack and kill people, oh, it's not a terrorist attack, they're mentally ill. And the other day, and Nick was telling me about this as well, the police chiefs in Britain, the Association of Chief Police Officers, they are convinced that the main threat to British stability is white right-wing terrorists. We don't have any. I mean, we don't have any guns. There's never been an incident of white right-wing terror in Britain. It's nonsense. But they're putting all the resources into people like me, and they're not bothering about the 4,500 jihadi fighters who've returned from Syria, or the other 15,000 they've got on watch lists. They're not watching them because they're too busy watching me and Templar people and good, decent patriots. We don't plan terror attacks. We don't do anything like that. Never have. There's no history of it in Britain. The last time white people in Britain were making bombs, it was the IRA and the UVF from Ulster. Nobody's going about blowing up Muslims. It's just nonsense. It doesn't happen. And everybody knows that. But these policemen are obsessed by us. But then when the jihadis do go and kill people, they say, no, it's no terrorism. The man's not well. Fed up with it. Sadiq Khan has announced that he's cutting police funding by £110 million. Yeah, so it's all going crazy. It's all going crazy. Well, as I was saying to people today, some of my friends, that they need to get their head in the right place, because this morning it was announced that the biggest strip malls, you call them in America, we call them shopping centres, the biggest one in Britain, it's a group called Intu, I-N-T-U, is in receivership. 17 malls, some of the biggest in Britain. I mean, these things are vast, they cover hundreds of acres. They've been into receivership, and they're shutting down. That means those malls are shutting down. Malls, I don't like that word. Malls, we call them, isn't it? Malls. Americans call them malls, we call them malls. Shopping centres, I'm calling them. Shopping centres, we don't call them malls or malls, we call them shopping centres. Well, can you imagine some of these massive shopping centres closing down? It's devastation. For example, there's a town called Watford, just outside London. 15% of the entire town are working directly in that shopping centre. And if you look at the supply chain, then this is devastation. And I want you to understand the gravity of this. People now on a Sunday go in their hundreds of thousands to the local shopping centre. So over Britain, millions, and the same in America. The shopping centre, the shopping mall, is now the new, and has been for 25, 30 years, the cathedral of the masses. That is where folk go to pay their devotions at a high altar of consumerism. This is what they do. They don't no longer go and pay homage to God, the Father, the Son and the Holy Ghost in a beautiful old building, a cathedral or a church. No. They go to the temple of the shopping mall and they lay themselves and sacrifice their wealth on the altar of consumerism. That's all people know now. There's people I know who they do it religiously. They never go to church, but they never miss a Sunday at the shopping mall. Well, maybe a third of the shopping malls now in Britain are going to close down. And I mean this week, gone, finished. People won't know what to do with themselves. But you're talking about 150,000 people directly dependent on those jobs. When you look at the supply chain, you're talking about 500,000 or 600,000 people. Farmers, small businesses, delivery companies, courier companies, electricians, plumbers, everything that goes along with it. Are people beginning to get it now, how serious this is? We keep telling people, everything you knew before is coming to an end. And a friend of mine said, Jim, don't be ridiculous. How would we put up with that? How could that happen in a modern world? I said, a year ago, would anybody of us believed that Britain would be shut down, Germany would be shut down, America would be shut down, France would be shut down, Spain would be shut down completely for 3 or 4 months? Who would have believed that? The Nazis never managed to do it. The Black Death never managed to do it. Spanish influenza never managed to do it. Nothing's ever managed to do it. But we've just came out it. But the government here now are saying very, very firmly, come autumn, we're in lockdown through to spring. There'll be nothing left of our consumer capitalist society in the format that we knew and grew up with. But here's what I want to tell you. It's not that, people say, oh my God, how could this be? And nobody's reacting in the proper way because, like, human beings have got a defence mechanism. When something is so vast, something is so horrifying of that magnitude, they just switch off. They just say, nah, I'll pretend it doesn't exist, it might go away. It really is the head in the sand tactic until it's too late and it hits them. But when I grew up, people were, as I said yesterday, people were poor and this is the way it was. People were okay. But in the 1980s, I know it's different in America. You got this in the 50s. The economy boomed. No, we only boomed in the 80s. But in 1984, working class people for the first time were given credit cards. We could take mortgages on. I know it sounds ridiculous now, but this is only like 40 years ago. This is 30 years ago when I was a young guy, in my 20s. All of a sudden we were getting offered mortgages. Who owned a house? Nobody. In my town, we were given credit cards. We were given credit. We could work in white-collar jobs. Never been open to us before. We all went to the pits, the steelworks. And all of a sudden, from 1984 until 6 months ago, that was all milk and honey. We were all living a high life, but it was all on borrowed fake money. And we sacrificed the church to the shopping mall. And everything became, it was a religion of consumerism. It's now finished. It's gone. It's over. It's over. By this time next year, I don't know where we're going to be in the world, but it's going to be a very, very different world. And I think a lot of young people are going to lose their minds because they only know want, get. They don't understand savings. Who's got savings now? My mum and dad were very poor, but they never, ever missed a week of putting something by, even if it was a penny. And I mean literally a penny. Never. They never missed it. They always, and they never had a bank account. Nobody had bank accounts back then. It was just a tin where the rainy day money went. Nobody's got any conception of that now. Nobody. So that's where we're going. That's where we're going. It's a really serious thing. This could lead to gigantic civil disorder and political change and maybe civil wars and serious terrorist campaigns and death and mayhem. I don't know. But I know nothing's ever going to be the same again. Nothing's ever going to be the same. And look how easy it was for the government to control us. There's a virus, you can't go to work, you can't get out of your house. A virus that was killing 90-year-old people. It's just so nonsensical. It's unbelievable. But we complied. Because we're now a nation of sheep. And we're all in old nations now. If this would have happened in the 70s when we had an abundance of young people, or even in the 80s, my generation, the 64 baby boomers, we would have rioted and we would have burned Parliament to the ground. Because there was 7 in my house, there was 12 next door, there was 9 next door to them, then 11. You could have hundreds of young angry men on the street in 5 minutes. If I went back to my old housing projects area, it's dead. I don't think you could get half a dozen young men on the street. When I went to school, we had 2 double-deckers for us. 2 double-deckers filled. Over 108. 108 was the limit. There was probably 130 on each of them. And they went round the housing estate every 25 minutes. So it was almost 3 an hour. And there was 1 bus for the Roman Catholics. So there was 2 buses for us, 1 for Roman Catholics. 3 double-deckers leaving there. And 2 runs in the morning. Hundreds of us. Our school had 2,000 pupils. That same school now has got 800 pupils. And they've knocked the other school down. There was 2 Protestant schools. One had 2,000, one had about 1,500. Now there's 1 school with 800. And that's it. It's just the devastation. So you went for having, what's that, 3,500 pupils down to 800. So, that's what's happened. And that is why the government feel they can get away with it. Because let's be honest, look, us old guys, we don't fight revolutions. We don't start revolutions. We've got mortgages, we've got rheumatoid arthritis, we've got bad backs, bad hips. We don't run wild in the street and fight for freedom. We're old. We can advise people, but there's not the mass of young people who are the backbone of any revolution. That's the way the world is. When you're a young man, you're full of vim and power and energy and passion, and But when you're our age, how can we stage a revolution? That's the reality, and we've got to watch that. That's why the Templars are so passionate about encouraging young men and encouraging the young people who do actually put their head above the parapet, because that's all we've got. And while they have the wind in the legs, we've got the experience in the brain, so we need to make sure that we are looking after our young people and don't just dismiss them. Take them under our wing, encourage them, mentor them, tutor them, because without them we can do nothing. It's really, really important that we do that, folks. Very important. Yeah, we must all save as war costs. Yeah, it does save a lot of money. Yeah, so I want to talk about this crackpot as well today, and I want your opinions on this, right? The Archbishop of Canterbury, have you ever seen this guy? He's a chinless wonder. We call him chinless wonders. Absolute fool of a man. The Archbishop of Canterbury is saying that we have to now look at the pictures. The Pope said it as well, seemingly. It doesn't surprise me with this Pope. But the Archbishop of Canterbury has said we need to seriously reconsider portraying Jesus Christ in the format of being white. Well, a light-skinned saviour. No, it's not good enough. He says it's no. What is it? So what is he saying here? Do we want to put Jesus now as an African, a Negro? What are you talking about? Jesus came from the Middle East. He was a Galatian. Well, he came from Galilee. And a lot of those folk were very light because they came from a Celtic tribe. No, we know his lineage back to David and that, but it doesn't matter. There's still some strange blood in there because a lot of those folk are blue-eyed and are light-skinned. That's the reality. So the depictions of Jesus are actually very accurate. But let's say they're not accurate. Let's say there's a couple of skin tones too light. He still wouldn't be an African, a Negro. He came from the Middle East. He didn't come from Zimbabwe. What's wrong with people? What is wrong with people? And people say, what colour's God? God's no colour. God is God. God is God. He's got no skin pig. There's no skin pig. God is neither white, black, or anything else. He is God. He's an entity. He's a spiritual entity, a being. His son who came to earth, who came to the Middle East, he was the way they people looked, and they were nowhere near as dark as they are now. There's a lot of Arab carry on there and different interjections over the last couple of thousand years. But if you looked at people back then, they'd be fairly white. So why are people going mad? Why are people going absolutely mad about this? They want to change the colour of Jesus. It's crazy stuff. It's just not right. It's like some of these black supremacists who believe the pharaohs were Negroes. It's completely mad. Lunacy. Total and utter lunacy. You cannot change history.
Beethoven's black.
Beethoven.
Oh, it was
Beethoven, allegedly.
It was on the news the other day.
Oh, dear me. It's on the news, so it must be true. They've now decided that Beethoven... It just gets crazier. Beethoven was actually a Negro gentleman. Where do you go with this? Beethoven. It's crazy. It's getting madder by the minute. These people are losing their minds. So with all this lockdown, economic collapse, can you imagine how crazy these people are going to go? They're going to explode. I don't think they're going to be a danger to anybody other than themselves. They're going to be leaping out of windows and everything come January. Absolutely mad. So that's where we are. It's getting quite scary when you think how insane. Look, there's always been mad lefties, but now this is at governmental level. It's like police chiefs level. You see all the policemen now on the one knee in America and Britain, on the one knee. Black Lives Matter, doing all this. This is policemen. They're not supposed to be political. They're not supposed to be taking part in radical political ideologies. Imagine if all the policemen turned out in a KKK march or an Orange march or something. They'd be uproar. They'd be sacked. But sadly, we're living in a dispensation now where they can do what they want, and they're doing it. But I don't think they'll live very long. Yeah, Beethoven was German, of course, but he was a black German. You racist man, Mr. Kreitz. He came from a long line of German Africans, of course. This is. I don't know how they've said he's black. It's nuts. Why is he black?
His grandfather was Dutch.
Oh.
And they're saying that there was a Moor.
All right, his grandfather was Dutch.
From a port city where Moors would come over and.
And Moors aren't black either. They're Arabs.
I know.
Nutters. Absolute nutters. Crazy, crazy, crazy people. Well, remember, like the video, click subscribe, press the bell, comment below, and please share, share, share. And get onto that new platform of yours. What's the name of it? Parler. Go onto Parler. It's much better quality than that VK. I didn't like that VK. So that's where they're. But yes, they've all lost their minds. But I want to ask people, who's going to be pre-ordering the book, because the book now is nearly ready. It's a book of almost 400 pages, 16 colour photographs in it as well, so that's going to be good. Hardback with dust cover, real top quality book. But what we're going to do with this is we're going to make it available for sale, including delivery. It's going to be about £20. However, we're going to make it so you can buy two for like £28 or something like that. So you can buy two, so you can gift one to somebody. So then, if you take the unit price as 14, it's very cheap for a 400 page hardback quality book, and it's a brilliant book. It really is the handbook of the revolution. So they're going to be brilliant. They're going to be absolutely brilliant. Our techie brother is going on holiday. The first holiday he's had in 6 years. The Templars are going to be up for some kind of criminal activity, but when he comes back, he's going to have the page up for pre-orders. Now, it might take 30 days from the pre-order that you get, but it's important we get the pre-orders in, because we've got to pay for these wretched things, and we're printing a lot of them to get the price point down so people can afford them. Because a 400 page with 16 colour pages on a hardback with a dust cover, well, price them yourself. That book should be £30-40, but it's no good at £30-40 because nobody can afford to buy it. So we want to get it down to a price point where people can not only buy it, but they can buy a couple and make one a gift to somebody, because I think this is part of your mission, part of your evangelising, is getting that book into the hands of your son, your son-in-law, your daughter, whatever. You need to get these books out so people can understand what's coming and how they can combat it. So they'll be good. Great. I see people coming in now. Well, listen, a week and a half's time there will be a page up for pre-orders, and we'd hope everybody would respond very well and order as many as you can, because these are important books. They've been printed and published in a foreign land, because there could be legal ramifications with it, but we're quite happy to get that out and to strengthen you, because you'll really like it.
Can't use powder, my ISP blocks it.
Oh, your ISP blocks Parler.
Tell them to use Opera as a browser.
Who?
Opera.
William Petit, use Opera. Opera is your browser, and then you'll get in that way.
Yeah, use a VPN built in.
Yeah, they've got a built-in VPN.
That's all free.
I don't know what it means, but techie guys said it. Don't know. But that'll be, yeah, I think everybody's quite excited about the book, and it'll be very good. Well, Bruce Samuelson, we're the Templars. We've never been off a state of war for 900 years. The whole world is constantly in a state of war against God and total rebellion against God. So we've never come off a war footing in 900 years. You might have missed it, but for 900 years, Templars have been popping up all over the world, fighting in some conflicts or not. More recently, the Syrian conflict, Iraq conflict, and even some boys in what's that place? Philippines. Some Templar men in the Philippines fighting. So we've always been at it. It's just now guys like you are waking up. So welcome to the party. Bit late, but better late than never. So this is why it's very important that people join the Templars. Yeah. So why not bring out a weekly or a monthly paper? Because the logistics is no good. Bringing out a paper when we've got a worldwide membership is impossible to do. But in Britain, for example, and even America, you've got Niall McConnell from the Irish Patriots, Sean the Hern, Seed of the Gael or something, or Seed of the Irish. He produces a paper which is widely distributed in America. So you go into that, you go into the Irish Patriot site, Sean the Hern, you can order the papers there in America. He's doing a lot of that in America. You've got Jada Franson now, who's just brought out a paper called The Britannia, widely available now in Britain. Go on to Jada Franson's site, what's it called? British Freedom Party? BritishFreedomParty.com. 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 You can order papers if you live in Britain. Very good stuff. We are very much approval of it. In fact, I have a large article on it. Oh yes, I have wrote a large article on it, so you can order from her. And what's McConnell's website?
IrishPatriots.com.
Patriots, plural. IrishPatriots, plural.com. IrishPatriots.com. You can go on there, order a newspaper, and you'll get that in America, because the Irish have got a big diaspora all over the world. So you can order it up anywhere basically in the world, he'll send it to you.
Visit his YouTube, there's a description for his videos.
Yeah, and in his YouTube there's a description there and all the stuff there. So you can do that. Now remember, it's Friday. It's Friday times, so I want to do my QVC. And guess what I'm going to get out today, because it's Friday and I want to give you guys a treat. I know he's making a fool of me and laugh like hyenas, but I don't mind. I'm a fool, for Christ's sake, and I like to give you a wee bit of entertainment. And I'm hoping someday will take pity on me and buy a sword. So let me show you, it's coming.
Is that your rhubarb, Steve?
Ah, the rhubarb. Yes, there's a bag of rhubarb here that I left weeks ago. Do you remember that? Oh dear. Right. Da 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 da. Look at this. It's here. And somebody rightly said that the belt we have is much better quality than the one we're advertising. Don't know where we got that picture.
No, it's the picture that was on.
Ah, the picture's rubbish. This belt is much better. Look, there we go. It's got all the crosses, metal crosses hammered into it, our crosses. What earth is this now? There's a buckle here, for some reason. There is some kind of contraption here, for some other unknown reason, with a cross on it. And where else is this thing? Oh, it's got loose now. Wait a minute. Okay, so it goes together in some fashion, and this is obviously the test of a true Templar. If you can actually work the thing, if you can work the thing, you've passed the test. My wife knows how to put it on me. I struggle with the thing, I've got to be honest. So that's. Let me get this down for a minute. The thing's got loose again. And we have this. I just love. I mean, this is it. What a job I've got. So I've been a big kid, so I can run about with this. Really, really good scabbard, good quality leather scabbard. No, oh aye, chop at things. And this isn't sharpened, but I can hold it, but it's still a bit dodgy. So there we go. And on the other side of the pommel, the two knights on the one horse, because we are the poor fellas of Christ, and the numbers on it. Everybody's number is put on individually. Okay, so when you buy a sword from the Temple, it's not just a normal commercial purchase. Your sword is numbered. It's ascribed to you, and you alone. It's entered into your armoury roll, and we do ask people, if you sell the sword or pass it on, please inform us, and that will be changed in our armoury roll, because we like to know what every one of our swords is at all times. So you might give it to your son. Just drop us a line. We'll change his name in the armoury roll, when it was originally bought, then the date when it was changed to new ownership, because they're not just weapons, they're a symbol of resistance, they're a symbol of our faith. So they're really important. It's really important that we know where these are and who owns them. If you don't want to tell us, that's fine, it's your business, but we do appreciate it, and it's good for your forebears, for your sons and daughters and grandsons. When 100 years from now, they can find out when you got this sword, and when it was shipped to you, when it was changed over to your son, then your grandson can find out when that happened, and it goes on, because we'll be here for, well, till the Lord comes back, simple as that. So even in 150 years from now, you can trace the history of that sword through your family. Not many people can do that, and we can do it, and it's free. It's not like Ancestry.com, you've got to pay a fortune to get into all that. No, they just phone up and find out. We'll give it, as long as I've got the number. The number's here, the number's up there. That number is your number, nobody else's, and that identifies your sword for all eternity. So remember, non nobis nobis, non nobis sed nomine tad gloriam. So not unto us the glory, but unto God the glory, and that's what it's all about. And this is a fantastic weapon. I mean, it really is a weapon. It's not a toy, it's not a plaything. It's a genuine fighting sword of the Templar Order. Stunning thing, stunning. So I think there's links. Did the techie guy know how to put links?
It's in the description.
Well, the techie guy's struggling, so don't give him a hard time demanding links in the chat. Just go underneath the video and you'll see the links to the sword. I think they're there, are they?
No, they are.
They are there.
Or they can visit mytemplororder.com
Yep.
/armory.
Or you can visit www.knightstemplarorder.com /armory.
Armory spelled the English way.
An armory spent the English way, the proper way. Thank you very much. So don't ask me the difference between that and American, but there is a difference. Yeah?
There's no U.
In the American way. Yeah, the American usually have dropped the U, so it's armory with a U in it. So you can get it there, okay? So that's me showed you. Oh, I've got to put this thing away now. Wait a minute. Let me get this contraption off the desk. Okay. I'm going to put it over here. Right, that's that. So hopefully, if you haven't already got a sword, get yourself one. They're available in payments. There's a special price because of the COVID, and it's still available in payments for you. Can't do any better than that. So we're going to Sikhs carry, so should Templars. Yeah, we've tried that. Doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's ridiculous. I defund it. You're right, Mr. McGuffin. Defund the BBC. It's terrible. I'll show you the Warhammer again, Mr. Partridge, just in case you want to see. Let me have a look. That's the Warhammer. Is it the Warhammer? This is the Warhammer.
Warhammer comes quicker than the Mesa.
Now yeah. If you're asking me, what's the best? I prefer this. Because look at the strength in this thing. Look at the buttons, the tangs. This is one piece of solid metal. One piece of solid metal. So you get that for clumping somebody through a helmet. You've got this for mashing folk up very badly. And you've got this. And you know, most medieval war areas, I was watching a documentary the other day and they dug a thing up. It was a War of the Roses in England, 1400s. And almost all the dead had this very distinctive square hole in their skull. So when they were brought down, bang, they were finished off like that. So this was possibly the AK-47 of the day. And look, they've got spikes everywhere. Everywhere you look. This is I suppose it doesn't look that much, but this is a very, very effective weapon. It's light enough to really get wired in without exhausting you, but it's just deadly. Even if somebody tries to grab it, there's spikes on every side. They can't grab it. You can stab, you can hit in the head. It's just a monstrous weapon, but it's the best weapon. If you're asking my personal opinion, would I choose this or the mace? This every time. And it's got all these metal studs down here so it doesn't slip out your hand. This is some piece of kit. I'm not joking you. This is a brilliant weapon. It's just superb. I'll put it there. So that's where we are. It's good stuff. We're going to have the Sunday service on again if the good Lord spares us. We never know the day, so we should never plan too far ahead. But if the good Lord spares us, if the rapture doesn't appear, and I don't drop dead with some hideous disease, I shall be here on Sunday for you. And we're going to go through this wee bit of dirge on the subject we started last week, which is it's time consuming, but we'll have to study some serious subjects. So we have to go through the second part in that, and that's something done. I really appreciate everybody tuning in on a Sunday. It's very uplifting for me, and I know a lot of people send us some very nice messages, so obviously people are getting a lot out of it. I'm very pleased to do that. Very pleased to do that. And our techie guy, even though he's on holiday, God bless him. God bless his cotton socks. He's coming in on Sunday just to make sure we get that Sunday service out. So make an effort and turn up. He's given up a bit of his holiday. First one in 6 years to come in to get the service out on Sunday, because we know, he knows and I know, there's a lot of people, lonely people, and people living by themselves. They have nothing else. And we're sort of a lifeline to a lot of these people. Other folk just like coming on and sharing the fellowship. Whatever the reason is, you're more than welcome, and I appreciate each and every one of these. So thank you, and God bless you all. That's all from me. I thanks Paul. Paul, did you ever get your package yet? Paul Telford, we sent him at the affiliate. Did you get it, Paul? Let us know if you got that. Frank Bukovitz, you've got enough weapons. But you know, last night, brother, I had two Irishmen in my house. And I said to them, I've got this stuff, and you know, they'd heard about your moonshine. These are men from away in the middle of nowhere in Ireland, and they'd heard about Frank Bukovitz and your poisonous raw gut moonshine. Incredible. You're actually a star now. You're a bit of a star. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless you all. As I say, if we're all preserved, I shall see you, God willing, on Sunday. Have a wonderful Friday with your family, and have a great Saturday. And spend time with your children, with your husband, your wife, whatever. And make sure you don't have two. And spend time especially with your old folk, because we don't have them that long. Do you know what I mean? We don't have them forever. and they could be gone at any time. So spend some time with your old folk and spend some time with your young people, because they're not young forever either. They grow up all too quickly. So that's all from me. I will see you on Sunday, God willing, and remember, until then, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Deus Vault.
The threat is real, and we are on the front line. In a world of misinformation and attacks from the left and mainstream media, censorship, deplatforming, it is time to call out the fake news and bring you the truth. We are the Knights Templar. Visit our website and join today. We are the Resistance. Deus Vault.